I'm live. Hello. Welcome. Welcome if you're live. Welcome if it's later and I'm not live and you're just watching this. So, uh, I am doing a weird day. Weird things are happening all day long. I had a medical appointment this morning, and as usual, there's not a lot of work for starting midday. So that's totally cool. So, I'm home. I'm home and I'm gonna have some fun. Um, and I'm just gonna do this, and I don't know what I'm gonna do here. I'm supposed to just do that, and I can do this. It'll scroll. It'll scroll to be even more fun because I'll just like show this, and it'll just like roll and roll across there, and everything will be great. So here we are. I've been um, I've been enjoying the opportunity to be on some channels with other people in the last little bit, and as some of you know, I'm often a guest on Slim Cyborg's channel. They have they're a great show. They talk about a lot of weird shit, and we laugh, and sometimes it's kind of serious. Though I think yesterday's topic was one of those ones that wasn't entirely laugh a minute because despite the fact that some of the characters that get into some of this shit are kind of funny, the stuff they say and do isn't that hilarious, I guess. So, um, and I feel like there's been a lot of not hilarious stuff to talk about, and then there's a lot of stuff that is hilarious, and I always um I always feel like I'm going to come on here and I'm going to be goofy and fun, and I've been making fun of some people that probably deserve some fun making. Um, in terms of your preachers who are despicable people. They're not despicable because they're preachers. They're just despicable people that happen to be preachers. And I'm I'm always amazed at some of the things I see and hear out there. It's just kind of a weird world. People got a lot of stuff going on. People people around the world are all trying damn hard to get by, to do what they do in a day. Try a lighting thing. I don't know if that'll be better or worse. I mean, it's not like I don't have a great face for radio, so you know, I should probably find something else to put up here. I always intend to like take down um, what people are saying. Um, People that are saying dumb shit, and but I probably say some dumb shit, and I think one of the things that gets me is the constant barrage of people that are, I guess, they're trolls. They're saying dumb shit because they don't even believe it. They just want to stir the pot, right? They want to get people up in arms about something. And I guess it's entertaining, right? I mean, there's nothing better than seeing absolute dumpster fire, a shitstorm, a gong show, whatever. I'm sure most people don't even remember the gong show, but there was an actual gong. Anyway, I digress as usual. I want to talk about um, this. This is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about understanding each other, and I think I've been trying to put some thoughts together, and they don't always come out right because I think my thoughts come often from this idea that you can group people into one camp or another on every issue. That there's a black and there's a white, there's an A and there's a B, there's an X and there's a Y, a yin and a yang, if you will. I don't remember what yin and yang is all about, but anyway, yes, yes, Maya, I have the day off. It's a weird day, and I have the day off. That's why I'm here. You're welcome to join, but you're probably working. Let me know if you want an invite. I'll send you one. Um, so yeah, I'm talking about what is it that separates us as humans, and we categorize ourselves into all sorts of groups: people that have beards, people that don't have beards, people that have one eye, people that have two eyes, people that have three eyes, and people that have big noses and little noses, and people that have nose hair that comes out of their nostrils, and people that don't. Oh, I'm sorry, Maya, that you have to work, but if you're listening, I'll try to entertain you. And if I'm not entertaining you, then feel free not to listen. Uh, I guess if we keep categorizing people and try to say, okay, there's this kind of person and that kind of person, then we're dividing ourselves, and we're using this as a way to say we're on this team, they're on that team. And there's been a lot of fun little studies done, and they're maybe not that fun, but they do these fun little studies where they point out to people that you can categorize people under anything and get them to dislike each other, to engage in subterfuge on each other. They get young people together. They say, okay, like everybody's last name begins with the first 13 letters of the alphabet is on this team. If it begins with the last 13 letters of the alphabet, they're on that team. Something arbitrary like that, something that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with a physical characteristic. I'm sure somebody could do some sort of statistical analysis and find out that it unfairly divides people along one line or another. I have no idea, but that like one culture versus another has more names that are in the last half of the alphabet versus the first. But honestly, some people's cultures don't even have a Roman alphabet, so I guess I don't know what you do with that. Although I guess there's some equivalents. But if we take away that and take a look at how arbitrary that is, and say, hey, you know, everybody's born a human, and you know, why are we limiting people to who they are and what they can be on just a few really superficial characteristics, when underneath it all we're all a lot more than our superficial characteristics, and yet we can never really get away from them either. And so we can feel a certain way and be that way, and that's awesome. And then in some other ways we can be something else, and maybe what we could be is something that breaks the mold, or bends the rules, as they say. And I think I'm really I admire and I'm inspired by people that do that, because I'm kind of not quite like that. Although in some ways maybe I am, if I think about it. But I could probably say that about everyone, because that's the great thing, is that we share our humanity, but we also share the fact that we're all fairly unique individuals. And I know there's no gradation of unique. You're either unique or you're not, but I think it's possible to have things in common, but still be your own person. And I really enjoy being my own person. I enjoy doing things my own way. And yet, I'm fairly certain that I fit myself a little too comfortably into certain holes, and into certain parts of what the world expects of me. And we probably all do that. And I've been exceedingly lucky to meet up with people on YouTube. There's a few total asshats, but by and large, there's a lot of really good people that hang out in the community that I hang out in. And I guess I could say it was just luck that brought that all together. But I think the fact of the matter is that somewhere between a YouTube algorithm and the fact that once I found something that I liked, I kept on seeking out more stuff like that. And those two things working together ended up with me meeting a lot of people that are some pretty tremendous people. And so you got to look at who all those people are and how many different corners of the world they come from. And because I'm an English speaking person, there's a very large majority of people that are from English speaking countries. There's people from a few other places, but I bet between um, Canada, USA, UK, Australia, possibly New Zealand, and I know I've met people from South Africa too. Maybe not in this group. Maybe yes. I can't recall. Um, but those are some places where there's a lot of people that speak English. But there's also people that speak English in many other countries. All over Europe, people are pretty familiar with English, and many places like India and China, which are very big countries, have lots of people that learn to speak English because some big markets for things like the USA in particular are English speaking. And there's also a lot of history of the British and I think the Americans and a few other countries going around and starting colonies all over the world. And so there's a presence there historically and presently. And so you just look at like the facility of communication. You could say there's some people that communicate in English, some people that don't. But the people that don't are probably also communicating with each other and probably also have a lot of very similar goals in life, like living a decent life, having enough to eat, having shelter, having their friends and family with them, and enjoying a bit of life. I don't think that's something that's language dependent. Hey, Asho 64, it's good to see you. I'm glad you've dropped in. So, I don't know if Maya's still watching. She's probably very busy being I can't remember. Maya works in HR something. I can't remember what it is. I'm not sure if that stands for hell recruitment or human revenge. Is that what it stands for? Maya, you have to let us know. Human record linearization. I don't know. Maybe out of a cannon. Maybe she's firing someone out of a cannon. You're eating lunch. Most important job of the day, especially if all you have is human resources. You have to boil them. You have to boil them and cook them and serve them up. Or is it not? It's not a culinary thing, is it? When you fire them, or do you like? Is it a barbecue? If you're firing people, you put them right on the fire. That's I don't know. I've never understood the desire to work specifically with human resources because the thing I liked least about running a business was dealing with human resource issues. I just never got along with people well enough to want to deal with that. But it's a pretty important. It's actually a very important part of most businesses because the people are seared worker. Yeah, you got to get that. You sear the juices in so they're nice and juicy. You don't want to be eating. You don't be eating dry human resources. That's for sure. Um, there was a weird. I think it was that weird time machine movie where they go to the place and realize that they're like farming humans like cattle. Yeah, it's a weird thing. So are you is it just because I'm talking about cannibals? And don't worry, Aso, there's no cannibals left. I just ate the last one. Nothing to worry about. Um, yeah, I already ate lunch. I guess I'm kinda lucky that I start my day relatively early. And today I got to sleep in. It was really weird. Finger food, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think human fingers would be the best, but you never know. Like, I mean, maybe that's what I mean, there's probably like this great like group of cannibals that are they have a little their own little space on the internet where they share and trade recipes. Because like I mean, you look at a chicken wing and you're like, how the hell is chicken wing a special like thing? And there's whole restaurants that are just catering to serving up wings, and so little meat on them, but they're a big seller. But you're selling presentation and sauce flavoring, not it's really you're just selling sauce, like you're just putting on something that's relatively tasty. Anyway, I'm on a I'm on a diatribe here. Where am I at now? Oh, my wife sent me a message. Selling a brand. Yeah, not brand is flavored wing. Anyway, luckily humans are or my wife's texting me. The kids have been sick and they're both home. I've been checking on them regularly, but I came down here because the internet stopped working. When I got the internet working, I decided I better figure some stuff out here and just have a little fun. I've got some plans for things I need to get done around in the basement here, so it's a good place to think about it. Um, I got to think here. Hey, I am Victoria. Thank you for coming, and hell to you as well. I always forget you are Victoria. If I'm supposed to say call you Victoria or just let you know that I am Victoria. But yeah, welcome, welcome. I got three people here. That's amazing. This is the point where I'm gonna say something even worse than talking about cannibal recipes. And yeah. So when I think when I think about why call me that, you are, yes, I don't know why I would call you Victoria. I'll just say I am Victoria. I am fine. So we should call you fine. I would call you anything you like. All right. As long as you know who we're talking to. Um, and I'm not sure that I am. I am Victoria. But yeah, hey, McLeod, get off of my you. You know that one? Shirley. Yeah, Leslie Nielsen said, "Don't call me Shirley." And didn't he worked with somebody named Frank too, right? He said, "Can I be frank with you? And don't call me Shirley." Yeah, those jokes. Not that funny, but yeah. I AI is Victoria's Secret, or I'm Victoria's Secret, or that it's my secret that Victoria is me. It's getting very confusing. I don't know who I am anymore. I don't know. I don't think my parents would have named me Victoria if I'd been not uh, me. But I don't know. My parents went with naming both of their kids after other family members, which is a thing. And oh, you as I am Victoria. Yeah, yeah. So I'm not Victoria. I'm not even victorious, but yeah. Well, well, anything you want. Um, that's definitely true. If everyone found out I am you, that's a Can I do this? Yes. 'Cause it reminds me of, like, there's a Beatles song, is "I am you is you are he is we are all together," or something. I can't remember the words, something along those lines. It's super weird that my coffee cup turns into a like, at a certain angle, it just makes the image come from behind. I don't know why I find that amusing. I could be here, like, for probably 5 straight minutes just playing with the green screen thing because I don't have a proper green screen. It seems to do okay. So I had to take my hat off because my hat was melting. Um, but I guess, well, that's a good it's a good thing to say in relation to all this is because we're just all people. That's my point. We're all people. We work hard. We try to make a living for ourselves. And some of us can't work. Some of us can work. Some of us have worked. Some of us are retired. Some of us haven't found work yet. Some of us are going to school. We're all in different places in our lives. And we tend to live in a society where we're really categorized. And that's what so I started talking about. So if there's a category that you wish didn't exist, or a category you think you belong in, or a category you wish you weren't in, post it in comments and I'll say something ridiculously uninformed on the matter. But I'm gonna I'm gonna just go on about something half related to this, and then if somebody thinks of something they want to know my opinion on, they can let me know. But this is my thought is that it's about motorcycles because I was thinking about how badly I wanted to ride my motorcycle today, and it was snowing a little bit this morning, nothing major, just enough to make motorcycling probably wouldn't have been a good idea. Not because the roads were that bad, but because they've all been salted and gritted, and I don't really want salt and sand and stuff getting pushed up into my motorcycle because it's not really built for that kind of stuff. And it'd be a lot of cleanup. And I'm looking at everything that I got to get done and thinking like the last thing my life needs is for me. Oh, you almost got yours out. So okay, well, you know what? Yeah, it is. It's been breezy, and you're down in Indy, so probably far enough south to be out of the snow for today, but definitely has been a storm system blowing through from the Midwest. Yeah, so yeah, Indy's like I think what I could see Michigan, Minnesota, maybe Wisconsin were getting some snow. And I was getting rain for most of the day yesterday and changed to snow as I packed up for the day around shortly before 6 o'clock, I think is when I finished my workday yesterday. I think I had about a not quite a 12-hour shift. I think it was 6 to like 5:45 or something like that. So it was like not too bad. But it rained all the way to work in the morning, rained all day through, off and on, and then it was snowing a little bit as I came home, and it kind of tapered off, but then another blast of it came across overnight. It's just part of living in this region of the country or North America. Kind of the Great Lakes push up a lot of snow, and the cold comes out of the north and the prairies. Um, and I think what we call the prairies is north of what the Americans call the Midwest. I think so. It's the Great Plains. I think they're still the same Great Plains all the way down. It's just political boundary changes to what we call stuff here. So yeah, I love traveling out in the prairies because it's such a weird landscape. It goes on and on forever. And do you find it amazing that there's any flat earthers from the Great Plains because they if you get up high enough, you can definitely see a curve. But there's a couple. There's a Canadian one who's been on. Hopefully they've come around. Um, but I'm not. Yeah, I think I'm going to talk about this thing, and I just got a message about it because I'm writing an article, kind of a thing or a blog post. I don't know. I guess whatever you call it. I think it's an article is a blog post when it goes on an internet thing. I read an article about something that I'm having trouble putting the right words together for, and I think a lot of that comes from the fact that I'm part of a group that's referred to as privileged, and I certainly am. I recognize privilege. I know what people mean by privilege, because a lot of times what they mean is that many people are treated as less than automatically, and some people, because they have certain attributes, are treated as more than, or at least normal. And I think my pushback usually is normal should be, it should be just the fact that you can be treated decently, and have that assumption that you're treated decently, and that there shouldn't be a pushback on that. And it shouldn't be that people, because they're one thing or another, like someone who's of a different race, or someone who's of a different culture, or someone who's of a different gender, should not get treated that way. And welcome, Dave. Great to see you. And so what we end up saying, okay, well, if you don't have those attributes, and you sort of get treated like a normal person, or sort of you start at zero instead of at -5, that you're privileged. But um really, that's just not the way I wish people would look at it. But I realize that it's a de facto thing. It's the way it works. So if you have these interactions with people, and you have these things against you, um certain things are going to be pluses and minuses, and in certain scenarios you're going to be at a gross advantage or disadvantage, even if the advantage just puts you at like a neutral position, which is a lot of times is what that means, is that it's a privilege to just be in a neutral position, where people just don't jump to conclusions, you know and I certainly don't need to go into any details on that. And I think if I do go into details on it, I'm going to end up putting my foot in my mouth, or I'm going to end up going a rabbit trail that's ultra specific. Because what I really want to do is come up with a situation where I can defend the concept that we should work together. And this is what I've been trying to put together in my article, is this idea that in one scenario versus another, that there's a big disparity between the numbers of people that participate and the number of people that don't, even though they all may have the same battle to fight, the same war to win, if you will. I think that's maybe the way I'll put it. And so I think most people that have followed me know that my issue is, hello Robin. Welcome, Robin. Good to see you. So my issue that I work on in my work is finding the best way to request and garner better healthcare for people that live with obesity, people that live with the other comorbidities that often go with obesity, which are pretty major. Um, and there's a lot of conversations that we have about the um, the medications, the treatments, surgeries, for instance, and other modalities of treatment, and what's covered, what's not covered, because we pay a lot of money into our system here in Canada. In the US, I think people also pay a lot of money, and I pay a lot of my personal income into, and earn. It's part of my remuneration, really. Some people would say, well, you get this with your job, but really it's just that some of the effort I put in at work is paid back to me in a health insurance. So for us, um, for those that don't live in Canada, and I think there's lots here that don't, the Canadian healthcare system will pay for like seeing your doctor, finding out what you should do, and if it's a surgery or something like that and it's covered, you'll get that paid for out of your tax dollars, and the collective tax dollars into the health system. But if you need medication, the interesting thing is the medication you need, that they'll prescribe to you while you're at the hospital, those pills, injections, whatever, will be brought to you and given to you and written up on your bill, but you won't pay for them for the time you're hospitalized. But as soon as you go home, you're given a prescription, and then you have to go pay for that out of your own pocket in most cases. And certain people that are beyond the age of retirement may get some help with that from the government. And but generally speaking, if you're a working person, you're paying out of your own pocket. Hey, Amber, good to see you too. I like your I don't know what those are. Are those loud hailers with streamers coming out of them? They look cool. Anyway, I'm not watching this on YouTube, so I think I'm seeing. I think the emojis are coming out weird. Um, if you had to pay for your own meds, yeah. So that's what I would too. So I actually spoke at a thing recently about this, and so I'll talk about that really briefly and just say like I spoke at a thing basically saying that we can't have healthcare that's universal and pretend that the modalities of treatment. So I'd take time off to get a massage therapy treatment, and I'm also getting physiotherapy, and I get some of that covered by benefits and some of it not. Yeah, so chemo is not a cheap thing to go through, and that's just one thing. Yeah, 2,000 a month. That's insane. Um, so when I was looking at one of the medications I'm on, I haven't seen the price for. Um, yeah, I read it as 2,000 dollars, not yeah. I get what you're saying. It's not 20,000. Um, and yes, yes, the Bigfoots. We're out here squatching. So yeah, I was looking at in Canadian dollars. One prescription I've got um wasn't being covered. It was covered. Um, yeah, it's a lot. I mean, $2,000 a month. I mean, in 10 months, that's $20,000. You had 2 months, 24,000 a year. That's a that's a pretty big payment for what would you call it? Staying alive. Yeah. All right. So it adds up to a lot. So like one of the pills I take, due to a weird technical paperwork error, I had to go figure what was going on. But I saw what they were going to charge me if it wasn't for the insurance. Is one of a whole bunch of medication I take. I think I'm on about 8 different medications, and they vary in price. But this one's a particularly expensive one, and so it works out to about 220 a month, which is for that's for one medication. Um, and then the reason why I got that is because I'm switching because the medication I'm on is to help with type 2 diabetes is being it's in short supply. They don't have enough of it. So they're switching me to a tablet version of it, which they expect won't be as effective, but you take it every day and hopefully that'll make up for it. But it's a lot of money. So, 250 for that one. So, or 220, sorry. It was 540 for 2 months supply. So 220 for 1 month supply. But then there's 7 other medications I take, and none of them are super cheap. I haven't seen the actual number for all of them, but I'm positive that if you added up everything I take, it would be well over $1,000 a month. And yeah, Robin, you're right. You're right. It costs a lot of money. Costs a lot of money to die. Costs a lot of money to live. Um, I'd never had to deal with this firsthand, and I almost didn't really. This time around, like about a year ago, my dad was not doing well, and he ended up passing away in January. And my mom and my sister kind of like just took the bull by the horns and did what needed to be done. And my dad was we actually had 2 great parties for him to celebrate his life. One very shortly after he passed, and then another one in the summertime. Yeah, so that I think that's roughly. Wait, my father was cremated. They got a modestly priced receptacle, and that's how that went down. I hear a train coming. Um, Paying that much for medication is ridiculous. Or yeah, yeah. You know what? It's absolutely ridiculous that anyone living in the modern Western world who is held captive or at the brink of bankruptcy or beyond the brink of bankruptcy just for holding on to their lives. Um, it's a lot. Robin, you know, yeah, $1,000. Yeah, I honestly don't know what the price was. I didn't see the price, but I talked to my mother and my sister about it at the time, and I'm realizing now that today I've been thinking about this is that here we are. Um, I'm coming up on the first Christmas without my dad, 'cause last Christmas we were able to go visit him, even though he was feeling a little rough. We got to go visit. My kids got to see him, and that was kind of the last really good chance we had to visit. And then when I went to go visit him after that, he had deteriorated a lot. And it turns out my father had cancer. It was unseen and unknown due to other complications. And there's a common problem, people having cancer. It's something that exists for a lot of us. I've been getting checked for a couple of different cancers because it runs in my family, and I've been lucky enough not to have any yet. But my doctors stay on top of it. No, it's okay. It's okay, Robin. You're don't worry about it. It's something that I was thinking about earlier today. Been thinking about it a lot recently for some reason. It's just, I think, maybe just coming up on a family holiday is kind of, it brings it to mind, right? You know, but when I think about the healthcare system, and this is one of the things I've done is I've gone to complain about the things in the healthcare system that it's not actually free. I pay a heck of a lot of money in tax. I have my whole working life. My father did, my mother did, my wife does, my kids will eventually. I mean, taxes they're not cheap. And I think as a percentage of income in Canada, we pay more than some other places and probably less than even others. But the bottom line is it's not like we are getting it for nothing. I think that's the thing people get in their minds, that we're getting, like, it's just that you're not presented with the bill. Everyone pays into a system and everyone gets something out of the system. And I guess maybe we have some reasons to think about it. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry you lost your dad too. And that, yeah, sounds a little bit longer. Yeah. Well, hey, Robin, that's where my father had a stroke too, a couple of years before he passed. Um, you know what? I'm glad you still got your mom, and she's still with it. She's talking, and yeah, the immobility is tremendously difficult. And my father got some of his mobility back, and yeah, you know what? You got to enjoy the time you have. That you know, talking about talking about stuff like this is it's not fun. It's not an upbeat thing in a way, but at the same time, if you think about the good times and keep up with the good times, um, that counts for a lot. Um, and if you still got good people in your family and your life and your friends, spend good time with them so that you got that to hold on to and remember, because that's all you really want when it's all said and done. And I'm kind of hoping that's what people will remember about me when I'm gone. Not sure when that's coming, but I got to be more than halfway there now. So I hear that getting past that grief and stuff it's rough. It's a lot. It's a lot to go through. It's a lot to process in your brain. Um, we all have complicated minds. We all have complicated emotions, and I think we talk about sometimes in spaces like mine, which isn't. I don't think my space is specifically anything. Make memories is the only thing. A lot, Ember. That's a great point. Fantastic point, Ember. Is that, yeah? The best thing, the most important thing, is to make some memories, to have something to think about. That's a good thing, and that's what life's all about. You can't you can't spend your life thinking about all the terrible stuff. Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense also. And yeah, you know what? Must be traumatic to deal with that firsthand, but you can definitely be glad that you were there, to do what you could, you know. That's but yeah, there's things like this that just stick in my brain. Um I try not to beat myself up over the things that weren't great. The mistakes I've made in my life. It's hard sometimes not to not to let that stuff take over in your head. I've got a I've got a friend on Facebook who posts little notes like that about get dwelling on that. And Ember's thanking Maya for a beautiful comment, and I know Maya well enough to know that any comment she made would have been beautiful. Um, I don't know what that one is. I'll have to check and see if it's out there somewhere. But maybe on Ember's video. Ember did an amazing video yesterday. Have I mentioned that yet? And so I know what you're talking about. I actually had my biological parents are my parents, but I've known lots of people that have had step parents, adopted parents, you name it. Just an aunt or uncle that stepped up, or a friend that stepped up, or just someone that played a role in their life. Those people are important, and whether you call them your mom or your dad, or what have you, like these, there's tremendously important people in everyone's life. There should be anyway. People that don't have that are, that's a terrible thing. Is some people are lacking that, and that's you know I think Ember's work on their video um yesterday, um and I think I'm trying to remember if I misgendered Ember again. I think I keep doing that, and she should not be misgendered. But Ember, your work yesterday on your videos was fantastic, and now I'm starting to second guess myself. I'm doing that thing, and you talked about it. You talked about it yesterday about not feeling bad. Now I feel bad because I can't remember if I did it or not. So I know I've done it. I've done it before, and I'll probably do it again because I can't remember people's names. But anyway, Amber, you're not just pretty. You are, yeah. Robin said it right there. She's pretty awesome. Um, Ember put if anybody here hasn't seen it, which can't possibly be true, but if anybody is coming to this later, and sees this and you haven't found Ember's video, then you have to see what she said about her experiences, um, and how they came to know, and understand eventually, um, that what they are is someone who's a trans person. I think is the right general term, but Ember's just another one of those unique individuals who's just a great person. And she wore a dress that was a cool new dress, and it was great. And no, also you're right. Beautiful inside and out. And you know what, the thing is, um in inside, outside, whatever, and it doesn't matter who you are or what you are. This is what I'm trying to say, is that we're all people. Um and that when something is wrong, if we this is what I was starting to talk about, and I'm coming back after several tangents. And What I'm trying to do in the article I'm writing is talk about how just because you're something, and that it seems like you've got everything going your way, you're still going to have some issues. And that's just the way life. It's just the way life is going to be. We're all going to be um, fighting something. And for those of us that have the privilege of being in a neutral position before we get, we don't have to stop at the bottom of a ladder that's buried underground, if you will. Um, we need to work together to move the whole space forward and fill in that hole and put everybody at least in that neutral position. And that's all I want to say about that. And I'm trying to get people to understand that. And the reason why this comes up is because in the obesity space, there are a lot of the people that do the talking happen to be female or presenting as female. And a lot of the people there's slightly more than half of the people that live with obesity happen to also be female. It's a very small difference. Um, but men just don't um, they don't get up and talk. I'm one of very few male people that speak out on the issues that affect us. And what's interesting is that some of the female people that are vocal on it have actually expressed that they think men just have an easier time living with obesity. And I think what I've been trying to say is that we don't actually have an easier time. We've just been taught not to complain about that and to just take the jokes as they come, to joke about ourselves, to not show emotion and not be upset, or at least not, if we're upset, not to show it. And if we feel like we're not quite human or not quite one of everybody else, that we should just suck it up and pretend it's not happening. And I think that happens to women too. And I think certainly anybody who's non-binary or trans, this is something I've totally learned in this whole community, is that trans people and people that are in that the LGBTQIA plus, I think I got that right. Stephanie was trying to tell me what that was last week, and if I've missed any of the letters, it's not that I don't include you, it's just that I'm bad at remembering. Um yeah, Robin, that's, and Maya, and as I'm glad you appreciate my video. But so I've written an article, and I'm hoping it's going to come out all right. I also wrote a small post in the community because one person had said that they felt like a feminist perspective was missing um, from our um, discussion, and I pushed back on it gently, and that was well taken. And then there was a couple of other comments, and I basically just said, um, and I hope I said the right thing. And I ran it by my wife, and I also ran it by my daughter, because my daughter has some opinions too. Um, this is something that um, we need to fight as humans on the basis of our humanity, not something we need to fight based on gametes, genitalia, the type of clothes we wear, um, chromosomes, whatever it is that people think they can tell, whatever, the type of underwear you wear under your clothes, the type of clothes you wear over your underwear. None of that is going to say whether or not you're a human being. Um, the way you speak, the whatever, the tone of voice, the angle of your jawline, whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. We're all people, and we all actually do have thoughts and emotions, and we're all having a rough time in one way or another, and we all have a great capacity for joy and to enjoy life and stuff, and they want to be chads. No one wants to be ridiculed for the way they look. Yeah, I think that's right. And um, I'm not a and I'm not a very attractive guy. I'm maybe not overly hideous, but I'm certainly not going to be on the cover of Men's Health anytime soon. And I actually heard, starting in high school and going on from there, and I still hear it all the time, is that women are constantly held to a certain look. And this is something I sort of wrote out in my article about how um, men are also told how to look, and they're not told to be skinny with big boobs and a great ass. They're told to be tall. They're told to be muscular. They're told to be strong. They're told to be strong and silent too. Um, not to complain. It's not like men talk. Like I'm a man that talks way too much. Um, oh, thank you, Maya, and I don't think Mark reads here, but I'll thank you on his behalf as well. And I don't know how many. There's a few other bald guys in the in the community, but Mark comes to mind immediately. Mm. So I don't think that's true. I've seen you. You're a good looking guy. You're the best looking asshole I've seen today. And yeah. Oh, Asso's shaving his head for my Asso, you should do it on stream and take donations for something. I don't know what we take donations for in this community, but I know there's a group that's trying to get it's an American thing. I don't understand what it is. 501c3, is that right? Is it Skeptic Haven? Is that the group? I can't remember. Somebody that knows what they're talking about, please put that in there. I'm not familiar with the fuck so I know about the phoque, which is in French is a seal. Head is too fat to shave. Oh, you shave for cancer donations. Okay. That's great. Um yeah, Skeptic Haven. Yes. 5013C. Okay. See, I have no idea. I think that's an American charitable status thing, but I don't know what that is. Tax-free status. Okay. So tax-free meaning that you're a that it's not that you are AR, but that a company or a group is a Skeptic Haven's applying to be 501c3. Okay. They should put a PO on that and also get an R2D2. That's what I want to say as a Star Wars fan. I'm wearing um this is I don't know if everybody can see this. This shirt is the R2D2 schematic. Um and yeah, I'm a major nerd. I'm a really big nerd. Tax free still have to have open books. Yeah, so that seems quite reasonable, like a charitable organization not paying out taxes, but it's a great thing, and I know they did some what do you call it? Like a fundraising stream, but they did a bunch of Mythmas. Is that right? Did they do the Mythmas thing? I'm sorry, I have a speech impediment too, so I don't think I'm pronouncing it right. But it kind of a non a non-denominational slash secular look at traditions of the celebrations near the winter solstice. Mythmas, yes, Ember, that's it. And while I'm talking about streams that are for the holiday season, I want to I want to plug Purple Rhymes with Orange is doing um, something that starts at the stroke of midnight on Christmas, and yeah, yeah, that's what we need. I don't know what's going on. I think Maya and Adzo are flirting in the chat, and I can't follow what they're saying, but somebody will fill me in on it later. So anyway, the point of what I'm trying to come up with and plug is that Purple Rhymes with Orange is going to do this great thing. The last hour on day one, you had RN Professor Dave and Dr. Don for 30 minutes, and Bible scholars for part two. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. Yeah. So I don't know either. My I think my wife is is a good indication that um, I don't have to flirt because my wife just gets me. She loves me. I love her. Um, I don't even know what flirting is. I don't think I get it. I'm not sure I ever did. Anyway, luckily my wife knows enough to like just tell me straight what's going on so I can figure it out and not look like a total dummy all the time. Yeah, Ember, I'm pretty sure I did listen to some of that. I'm trying to remember if I did the Bible Scholars one for part 2. I definitely remember you talking to those other 3 guys. And yeah, Ember, you're an amazing producer of stuff, um and you're a great host of these things too. And you've had Ember, I don't know if you've done another one of these since you got back from your long trucking trip because you were out on the road for a good while there. But you were doing these great introductions to people in the community, oblivious to signals and whatnot. Yeah, Ember, I think I'm in that. I think I'm in that boat myself. I've never been able to figure it out. I actually even had someone tell me that someone was flirting with me, and I got to know that person again later, and I said, like, I never thought you were, but can you just tell me, because it's always bothered me that this person told me like 8 times that was what was going on. And they confirmed that no, they were never flirting with me, which was good. So I was right in that instance, that one instance apparently. um Producer Wes and the crew at Skeptic Haven. Yeah, no, and I'm you know what, Ember, but you've done these amazing shows, and I'd like to plug those for people that haven't watched the back catalog of what Ember's done. She's put out some great sort of interviews with people in the community. I think those are fantastic. I'd like to push those out there for people that haven't, or that they have other stuff to listen to, but or have run out of stuff to listen to. You go back and find some of those are fantastic. And Maya says they're Sagittarius flirts with everyone. Well, there you go. Robin's a Taurus. I'm also a Taurus, which is a bull. I put zero stock in astrological signs, but they're fun, you know. Um, I don't think they're real. Well, I think I have a kid coming downstairs to see what I'm up to. What's going on? Do you want me to come upstairs? All right. Okay. What's wrong, bud? Okay. Did you eat something spicy? No. Okay. Go have some water. I just accidentally opened. You know the lid, like on a bottle cap, to make the thing underneath them. Yes. I accidentally cut that. You ate the lid? No. I didn't eat it. I cut it. You cut the lid of what? A bottle cap? No, not the bottle cap. The thing that's underneath it. Okay. Did you consume it, or you just put it on your tongue? My son is having an issue. I'm just not sure what it is. Okay. Okay, why don't you go have some non-bottle cap water, buddy? That sound all right? Yeah, just get yourself a brand new water. Okay? I'm not gonna do this for too much longer. Yeah, I don't know what happened here. But great, yeah, go drink some water, buddy. My son has just come with one of the strangest. Well, what he's describing, Maya, no, we're not out of food. We're not out of food. Hard decisions. Oh man. Um, most of the time the kids would be at school still, I think, but or they'd be at school until another half hour. Yeah, so it sounds like he got the little sort of rubber gasket thing that goes in the inside of the bottle cap from his last water, somehow chewed on that or something. Um Anyway. Yeah, that's right, so I was unloading a buttload of food, and yeah, I not only that, but I made lunch for both of the children and myself, and we all ate. I fed them all, like, less than 2 hours ago, so, yeah, this isn't a real problem. Not a real problem. No, I don't think he put it in his mouth. I don't think he actually ate it, um, but I'm still confused. Okay, great. You got some water now?
I was talking about this part of the
Oh, that
barbecue.
part. Oh, here.
Yeah.
Here. Can anybody see this? He put this in his mouth. The little plastic ring that goes at the bottom of the seal. Yeah, don't put this in your mouth, buddy.
Why?
You could choke, for one,
Okay.
and it's not food.
Okay.
We put water and food in our mouth and eat or drink it. We don't
I know.
we don't eat plastic.
I wasn't trying to eat it.
Okay. So yeah, you do have to feed them. They be fed and watered and get a little bit of exercise and sunshine. I think it's 20 minutes a day. Um, yeah, okay. I thought he meant the little gasket from inside, but he meant that little ring. I'm assuming that's universal around the world that those little rings are there. Goes right. Okay. Ember, I don't know. Yeah, don't eat any of those. I hope you're joking, Ember. No, I thought maybe he did too, AR. I thought maybe he like went and got like, I don't know, some snack, like, something like a cracker, and it turns out my wife bought like one of those like jalapeno flavored or chipotle flavored ones, but she never would. Oh, yeah, Maya, they eat like every damn day. It's like they wake up in the morning, they eat breakfast, they take a lunch with them to school, they come home, they eat a snack, they eat a supper or dinner, whatever you want to call it. It's exhausting every single day. And then you have to go and replenish the food every week at the grocery store. And I think Azo and Ember and I were together on KA stream. That wasn't the same time as the grocery shop, was it? Maybe it was. Maybe it was. I don't remember now. Yeah, don't eat plastic. There's enough microplastics entering our bodies from the ocean and whatnot, but yeah, let's not do that. Don't eat big chunks of plastic because microplastics will just kill you slowly, and the big chunks you'll choke on immediately. The grocery stream, yes, yes. Ember, I should be like one of those weird YouTubers that like puts a camera on a stick or something. They put their phone on a stick and film themselves actually going to Costco or something. And I don't think I have the physique to make that look entertaining. I've noticed there's a particular sort of an outfit you wear if you're gonna try to like make people think something that boring is entertainment, and that's not me. But yeah, maybe it will be one day. You never know. You never know. My surgery may happen in the next 12 months or thereabouts, and then who knows what'll happen. The grocery stream. Yes, they are. They're Twitch streamers that keep a camera going 24/7. But like, are they? I thought Twitch is Twitch the one where people play like a video game? Like, are they just literally playing the video game 24/7, or are they actually like film themselves like pooping and stuff? Amber, please elaborate because I'm worried and concerned. Um, so I've got lots to say all the time, every day, and I don't know. I should have brought people into this. I'm gonna invite people to come in case anybody wants to talk. I'm gonna do like 15 more minutes of talking. I'm just gonna put it in here because like what's the worst that's gonna happen is I'm gonna get like a flat earth idiot there. Um uh yeah, I mean I'll argue with a flat earther on my channel. Why not? Pretty much just play games. People cook, talk politics, various crafts. I think I might own like the Switch app, but I'm not on it. I am on Discord. I am on um I don't know. I don't have my proper name on Instagram, so I'm not really on Instagram. Um, yeah, I've heard of Twitch, but yeah, I haven't really watched anything on it. But um A dirty atheist. Yeah, I'll take a dirty atheist. I don't care. I mean, like, I'm not sure if YouTube will let me show it, but if like an atheist wants to show up from like their bathing situation or whatever in the middle of cleaning or just fully clean, that's fine too. I mean, we just have strategically placed bubbles. Send my streams because StreamYard makes it a button click today. You send your streams to Twitch. Oh, okay. I'm assuming that's what you mean because I'm like sending this to YouTube and I don't really understand what I'm doing or how I'm doing it. But yeah, if anybody wants to join for some voice chatting or just having their face like flap here, I mean, I'm the only Canadian, so my head flaps, but not everyone else's does. Maybe I'm not the only Canadian. I'm trying to remember who else is Canadian here. Bring bar soap. Yeah. I mean, I'm not supplying the soap. If you're gonna come on stream from your shower or bathtub, so you go to Facebook. I'm assuming YouTube is YT and Twitch simultaneously. Okay, that's interesting, Ember. I guess I should check that out because Punk Apostate, I think, was talking about going on Twitch, and so was Slim was talking about going on Twitch. And maybe Punk Apostate was saying they already do. I'm not sure. And Slim was talking about going to Switch because of the nudity situation. And I remember Slim. I know Slim does the stream nude, but not, censored in such a way that nobody sees anything. But yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, I think Slim's doing another stream today. I'm not sure. I was on it for a bit yesterday. Yeah, my Slim Cyborg does his streams. Like, he's not wearing clothes, but his camera shows him from like the shoulders up, so it kind of doesn't matter. Oh, Twitch pays. Okay, you get away with a lot. Yeah. I guess if you're not making money, it's not bad to be whatever. I don't really care. I don't care about nudity. I'm probably not going to be doing anything nude on my own channel. I don't really care if people want to be nude. I want people to be themselves. I want people to enjoy themselves. I want people to have their lives not encumbered by other people and their crazy ideas. Kind of how I feel about life. But yeah, I'm not sure if you've watched the Slim Cyborg show. I know Ember has watched it. I think I Am Victoria has been in there. So a lot easier to get monetized on Twitch. No one's there. Yeah, you can get monetized, but it's only for a penny a month. I don't know. I'm not saying that as I know that. I don't know. Naked News was a fun idea. I have seen the Naked News because when it first came out, I checked it out on the internet. I don't think I ever like got a paid subscription because you could get one where you got like everything, but there was like a free one that was just I don't know. I think it was like a couple like 5-minute clips you got for free or something if you just wanted to check it out. I don't know what Gather is. Is Gather another thing like Twitch and Discord? Oh, mic. Yeah, I mean, if you have no pants on and you're just using a mic, I mean, it depends on where you put the mic. Because yeah, no, I think Slim just does it that way for fun, like just to like. I think it's actually true, but like I've never seen him do anything except put videos up of stuff that isn't totally safe for work. We have Ember here.
Hola.
How
Yeah, Gather is awesome. It's so I've only ever been to Jay Bundy's Gather, but it's so cool. There's like an island with campfires, and then you go down a hole in the ground, and there's a dance club down there, and sometimes nitty like DJs or some whatever it is you do to have dance parties. And then there's like a whole you can walk across the shallows between the islands and go to another place where there's like a big old building with a kitchen and a game room and all kinds of stuff. And you have it's like a video game basically, except it's also a Zoom meeting because you can share your screens and chat with people and shit.
All right. That's amazing.
Yeah. It's really freaking cool. I wish I'd spent more time there, but I keep working all the damn time.
Wow. My wife's gonna be able to leave work soon. She just texted me, so I won't
Sweet.
be parenting completely on my own. You can see I've been doing an amazing job of parenting because I instructed my son to stop eating plastic. So, and everyone can see that I am father of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So why I
A
had to
solid
tell a
life
12-year-old
lesson.
why I had to tell a 12-year-old not to eat plastic, I don't know. I mean, if he was 2, you all would have called child services. Titan Uranus is here. Well, Titan Uranus was here the whole time, but they just
Titan.
they said, yeah,
I
the kid's still alive. That's right. That's right, Maya. I still have 2 alive kids. Okay.
have to get to my computer to play Titan's intro. I'm on my phone
Okay.
because I kept doing. I meant to jump in when you posted the link, so I had somebody to talk to. And I kept doing stuff on my computer. I'm like, I have to get away from my computer, or I'm never going to actually hit the button.
You know what? You're Ember, you've done so much amazing background stuff, and I know you said you worked with stuff like that before. So like I'm always very very in awe of what you've produced for not just like you have the emotes, right? Because you have like the emojis, because you have the monetized situation or the membership. Like, is that what you need? Do you need to be monetized to get the membership emotes or emojis?
Yep. Last
Okay.
I heard, it was they keep moving the number, but the last I heard, it was 500 subs and 2,000 watch hours, and then you can get memberships turned on. Once you
Okay.
have memberships, it unlocks 4 custom emojis, and then you add more emojis as you add more members.
Yeah,
We
and you've got like
just
40
added
of
our
them
12th
waiting,
or
right?
something.
Yeah, you've got so
Uh,
many waiting in the wings, right?
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know any of that beforehand, so I made
No,
40
you just got
before.
to, yeah, you got ready to go. You've got all that work done. That's
I wanted to have lots
that's
of
great.
emojis because I
You're
love them custom
and you've
emojis. I'm
got
like,
but
these
you've
are
got
great.
the my favorite is ta-da bitches, but I also love that you have the little musical jingles that play for certain things, and the you have a background thing that jumps up too, right? Am I right?
Sometimes on certain things, I've got
Yeah.
I do all my stuff through OBS. Peter showed me the way, and
Okay.
I've got a little soundboard. I actually have an entire control panel just called memes, and it's partly the soundboard and partly the video stuff and partly the overlays that pop up over my face and all that crazy shit.
All right. Titan Uranus is giving us some great advice here. Yes. And I am not sure if my son's wanting to chew on stuff is just related to his autism or something else. But he does sometimes chew on things. He when he was younger, we could get him to wear like these necklaces that had little chewy things on them. They're actually called jewelry, I think, is what they were branded as.
Nice.
And he would wear those on a regular basis when he was younger, but he seems to have given up on that. And it's maybe at this age, it's just hard to wear something like that. But yeah, no, so like yeah, he may have started chewing on a bottle cap just out of like habit of wanting to put something in his mouth. I'm not sure. But he got this piece off of it. And I think if I remember correctly, those caps on that particular type of water bottle, it comes off all at once and they stay together. And then if you work at it, you can separate them. Maya has a great question. Here are emojis hard to make, and I bet Ember, you could do like a money making stream just teaching people how to put this stuff together. It's like
That's not a bad idea, actually.
I have done well, actually, with my son, I've learned a little bit. I've learned very little. He's learned a lot about this block coding thing. There's sort of a channel where you can make your own little video game, and you can make your own. They call it a sprite, which is like a character or either a character or an enemy or an element of the game. You can make all these things, and they call them sprites. And so you could make the trees for the background. You could make like platforms to jump onto. You could make your little character. Yeah, I know, Titan. I wasn't. I mean, I sometimes might call you Dr. Uranus, but Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. That was what that says. Ember's come a second time. So I'm gonna do this and see. Is that Ember? Is that did you die in the thing there? Is that what happened?
No, I switch into my computer so I can turn on the
Okay.
OBS fun stuff.
All right. Well, I've got it down to just one Ember now. So she's
Yep.
back. She's here.
Multi-embers.
I like chewing my toothpicks. AR, are you by any chance a bull hauler? Have we asked you that question before? Because chewing on toothpicks usually means you're taking uppers that are soaked into the thing there.
I chew on toothpicks because I haven't managed to quit smoking yet, and they help. They're nicotine.
Oh yeah,
toothpicks,
yeah.
so.
You've talked about giving up the old whatchamacallit there. Anyway, Maya's question is a good one. I like that one. And
Yeah. So like
okay, Titans.
You know, this emoji isn't currently available. It was in the last election, but it didn't win. Well, it's not decided yet. We currently only have 19 votes and we have 50 members. But it's very, very strongly leaning towards the pride flag. So we're probably going to see the pride flag on tonight's show.
I saw that it was leaning that way, and I liked it. Yeah. Robin has hauled cows, and Robin, correct me if I'm wrong, Robin, but you are currently a dairy like raw dairy hauler, like the bulk milk in an unbaffled tank. I think Robin can speak to whether I have that right or not. I feel like that's right. And Ember's a trucker. She's been hauling. You've been hauling mostly reefer and temperature control, right?
Yeah, the last stuff was reefer. I'm going to be assuming I get the job that I've already gotten an acceptance letter for, but still haven't gotten final confirmation on my stupid start date yet. It'll be LTL stuff, which is basically FedEx, but with packages or with pallets instead of packages.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, Robin does haul raw. Yeah. The Titans thing, interesting stuff. And Asho, it's not that kind of reefer. Yeah, I love the stuff Ember does with these great little the memes or the backgrounds or the little jump up animations, I guess. They're really cool. And I've noticed yesterday for part of Slim Stream, I was actually home. I got home in a decent hour, and I got to see some of the animations that he's got going on over there, and they're pretty cool too. They've been working on some stuff. I'm 99% of the time I'm just listening and talking, and I'm not seeing the background. Oh yeah, that's awesome there. Here, Ember, you entertain everybody while I go see what's going on, because I'm assuming people are coming to talk to me again.
Daddy.
Yeah. Yes, bud.
Daddy doesn't feel good.
Okay, I'm gonna go talk to her. Here, Ember, entertain everyone. I'll be back.
All right, piracy. We're taking over the stream.
Take over. I think Maya may be a mod. If anything bad.
All right, so yeah, basically, to make the emojis, you pretty much just want a PNG file, so you can get the transparent background. You don't have to. You could just have white or black around it and do it as a JPEG. But with a PNG, you can have the transparent background, like the pirate flag, like the straw man, so on like that. And the emojis themselves are 48 pixels by 48 pixels, but you don't have to downsize them. I found out later. You can have them be, as long as they're like under, I think 600 megabytes, something like that. So yeah, you can have them actually be much larger, and then YouTube will shrink them down, and you'll have slightly higher resolution emojis that way. But yeah, just save them as whatever file you want, and as long as they fit, then YouTube will accept them. So it's not super difficult. The hardest part, honestly, is if you want a transparent background, getting the transparent parts. Like this pirate flag, the gaps in the flag where the holes are. This was originally on a white background, so I had to go through and pixel by pixel make sure all the white was off of the edges. I mean, Photoshop, it helps. You can color select just the white, but when you do that, like because the skull and swords register as white, so it'll select those two, and it's the ones that are gray, that are between the black and the white, are always going to be a little bit of an edge, and so you have to get down to the pixel level for this kind of nonsense. But it's worth it. Oh, let's see. What else about memberships? It's a similar thing with the badges. You can just go. YouTube gives you the star in a circle badges automatically. For 1 month membership, 2 month membership, 6 month membership, that sort of thing. But you can upload custom ones, which I also did. It's basically the same procedure. I like to have a theme. Like it starts with a little block of coal, and then it turns into a little fire, and then the fire gradually gets bigger and bigger. And if anybody makes it to 36 months, then they'll get a supernova. But yeah, the stars are fine for a lot of people too. I think Aaron Ross still has just stars because it's easy. All right, let's see. People need to ask me more questions here. I can actually pull questions from the chat without Al's help. It takes a second for it to show up. There we go. Custom emojis on Discord, but nobody ever uses them. I can see that. I know a lot of Discord servers have custom emojis, but I just don't spend enough time on Discord. I like answer messages and shit.
That sound good?
I'm trying to get more active, at least on my own server, so that people feel like there's a reason to go there. But there's only so much time in a day.
Okay. I don't know what to do with this. Yeah. How are we doing?
Oh, so I.
All right. Okay,
I
I'm
gave
setting
a quick crash course on emojis and badges, and
you just did that now?
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Now you're gonna have to watch your own video back. See how that works?
I'm gonna have to find out how to make one. So I'm assuming it would be similar to like something where you get yourself an app and you can put something in there. But I also think with the way modern graphics work, I'm assuming there's things where you can like sort of render things into a format that's compatible with whatever format you're using.
Yeah, YouTube accepts a few different image styles.
Okay.
Wait, I'll just go over to the window and look. Let's see. Earn memberships and.
Okay. While you're doing that, I'm going to let everybody know that the bad news is that in 9 minutes I'm ending the stream, which for some people might be good news. Because I promised my son that I would give him back his computer, which I've taken this over. Custom Discord emojis. Okay, I gotta find out about that too. So yeah, so I promised him that he could have his computer back because he wants to play some Minecraft. Which he set up on this computer, and this is his computer that I've taken over because I don't really have a computer anymore. And I realized that to have like a microphone that's of decent quality and all that stuff, I could plug it into a laptop, and he doesn't use this all day every day for his gaming, but he does like it for some of his games, and Minecraft's one of them. Me as a Smurf. Titan Uranus has one of
Titan
them.
As a Smurf would be awesome.
That is a cool idea. So I've always wanted to like take some of the AI art I have and make them into things that I managed to make sort of they call it an avatar, like when I make myself not a video. I've made somewhere that uses my face as a basis. As I already thought Titan was a Smurf. I don't remember Titan Smurf.
A lot of Titan's avatars have been blue, I guess. Oh, speaking of which, now that I'm actually at my computer, I can play the thing.
Titan Uranus. Titan Uranus. That's awesome. I think we also that should be expanded so that like everyone gets a chance to film one of those, and you do a thing where like it plays through all of them.
I know it occurred
That
to
would
me.
be
There's at least one other. I think Stephanie did it a really
Stephanie do one?
dramatic, but yeah, Stephanie said she'd send me the clip and hasn't, and,
Yeah,
and I don't want to go through all her live streams to find it.
Yeah, I am Victoria. Says you have pro level buttons. I think that's accurate. I think that's accurate. Mercer or Abby. Oh, baby. Yes, that makes more sense because I haven't known very many Sasquatches named Abby, but I'm sure there's a couple. I'm pretty sure I could, if I worked at it, come up with like a Titan Uranus or something. But I have to do a much better one than that. I'm gonna mute myself and let Ember.
All right, piracy again. Yeah, I do my best with the buttons, but Peter's way miles and miles ahead. He's got like backgrounds where he can steal everybody else's frames and put them in like video monitors inside a scene. He's got his Christmas tree one is really cool. It's like he's on camera, but he's really, really tiny looking down from a Christmas tree ornament, and he can zoom back and forth in his transition. Like I'm nowhere near that. But you know, we do what we can. We learn as we go. It's a good time. I also enjoy still images. Like this one, obviously from the ISS, but the way the aurora is showing in the image, it makes it look like there's actually a dome over the Earth. And I enjoy the hell out of that because I control the flat earthers with it. Be like, look, we have photos of the dome. But also in the same photo, the Earth is round and the ISS is actually in space. So, you know, what can you do? Overlays are great. I like to get out that whenever anybody starts getting transphobic, homophobic, whatever, I just get increasingly more fruity. That's actually what Strawberry Jesus is for, because, you know, he's a little fruity. That was another one that people had voted on. I made a couple different versions of Strawberry Jesus, and, you know, people like that one better. So, you know, it works. But Cat Jesus is, of course, the superior Jesus. I actually need to get more buttons. A lot of things have come up. You know. Yeah, it's true. It's true. We're all descended from the great strawberry in the sky. Of course, all the gods come, you know, from Nil, the great not god and creator of creator gods. Uh, Currently, well, last I looked, I should go look again. But the last I looked, it was the pride flag was leading. Yep, it's currently at 48% with 21 votes tallied. But they all have some votes, which is nice because sometimes an option just doesn't get any votes, and then I feel like, you know, it's crap. But Pride is at 48%. The little crab dude is at 19%. Look at the Trees is at 10%, and the Straw Man, that one, is at 24%. So unless literally every member votes and it leans very heavily towards Straw Man, it's almost definitely going to be Pride. But we'll see that when we get to tonight's show, which I'm gonna sandwich in between Aaron's Bible study and Doc's Creation Science Theater. So yeah, another rapid fire show, but I do enjoy those because it's I'm still not as high energy as I'd like to be, but rapid fire gets me a little closer. So, you know, it should be a good time. Well, it'll also be a little disturbing. Some of the news stories I've got queued up are kind of, but, you know, it's the sort of thing I cover, so, you know, we'll touch on it at least. But good news. I have the thumbnail already ready. Let me see if I can find it. I have too many folders. Too many folders, so little time. Let's see. Go to there and there and make it visible. It's a little off center, but yeah. It's we have a kitty video. An interplanetary kitty video. So, yeah, that should be. It's short, but it'll be the lead story, and, you know, Cat Jesus approves. It'll be a good time. As is torn between pride and look at the trees. I mean, look at the trees is, you know, not only Dave's co-host, but also something we hear an awful lot. But on the flip side, I feel like a lot of secular channels already have a look at the trees. I know Amy Newman has a good one. So, you know, we probably don't need another one of those. I just eventually I'll have a whole collection of all the different things that I feel should be emojis. But yeah, the next emoji slot's going to be a little while. We have to get to 75 members to unlock that one.
75, eh?
Yep.
We have to have like one of these, like, I think I know Dapper Dinos had it where like people are like trading back and forth, giving away memberships. And then also,
yeah.
And I think it might be one of the Flat Earth guys, like Fight the Flat Earth has like someone that keeps on giving away 50 at a time.
Oh yeah, the 50 packs are crazy.
50 packs.
Usually at Dapper's it's a 10 or a 20. Partly because he does the drinking stream thing. He's really good at provoking a war of gifts between people and getting shit tons of members that way.
People have a great predilection for watching other people drink themselves to oblivion while they scream. And
well, they do science.
I do not drink, and so I can't do that. But looks like my timer is going to be going off in just a few seconds. So, but I don't want to. I didn't want to like jump in over top of what you're doing. And thank you for keeping it going, Ember, because you're better than yourself, better than Ember. You did an amazing job. Yeah, you know what? I don't even know why you have a channel, because here you are on my channel making my channel awesome. But you know, should be the other way around. You have an amazing channel, amazing. And thank you for showing off that work here, because I definitely need to. I definitely need to work on some of that. And I've been thinking about some more of the weird music I've been making, and thinking about ways to make that better, because sadly I have no musical capabilities at all. Okay.
Well, I mean, people like what you do anyway, because it's first of all, nobody is as bad as they think they are, except for that one guy on American Idol, but that's a whole other thing. The second is people understand that it's for comedy, not to win Grammys.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I hope people do understand that I'm just I'm trying to take the piss, as they say, out of people that deserve it taken out of them. Yeah, so that's good. And Titan Uranus does bonsai. That is, you know what? I live in Canada, where we have a song called Trees and Rocks. Trees and rocks, rocks and trees. By the time you hit Kenora, they're sure to really bore you. Trees and rocks, rocks and trees. And I've driven the roads in Northern Ontario. I can tell you there's plenty of both. The odd river and lake.
There's my other tree.
That's a tree. That's a tree. I am Groot.
Took me a minute to find the button. This is from last holiday season, right after Eric from Skeptics and Scoundrels got me into Midjourney. While I was still on the demo level, I just thought, what can I have it imagine? And I asked it for the angriest Christmas tree.
Oh,
and that's what it gave me.
Do not lose that. All right. Well, I'm running back to Saskatoon. I am Victoria. I believe might be another Canuck of sorts, but I can't remember. I blank on these things all the time. I remember where some people are from, and then not others. Like I did remember that Asho is from Indiana, and I think I don't want to say where Dave's from because I feel like it's Ohio or Michigan, and I feel like it's probably neither of those.
Dave's in Bigfoot territory.
Bigfoot territory. Where the heck is Bigfoot territory? Colorado?
Normally it's the Pacific Northwest, but in this case, it's the Ohio River Valley.
Oh, the Ohio River. Okay. All right. All right. The Ohio River. Yeah, you are. Okay. I am Victoria. You are Victoria. Victoria is in, because Victoria is actually in BC, the city of Victoria, but Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Are you in Saskatoon? I've been to Saskatoon, and I have listened to Running Back to Saskatoon while driving to Saskatoon. We're evicted from our rocks and trees. Yeah. Well, you know what? But you didn't get evicted from the wheat and corn, did you? Or the oil. Saskatchewan is actually a beautiful, beautiful place. KA is here, and I'm going off the stream. So you know what, Kentucky Atheist, you should just start a stream and invite Ember to come over there and get a bunch of people on there and do something awesome, because I'm going off the stream. And thank you, Ember. You were great. And thank you to everybody who came to check stuff out here. And
you are technically correct. The best kind of correct.
That is the best kind of correct. Mm-hmm. I love it. I love all those things. Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna stop the stream. Here we go. And thank you, everyone. And there we go.
Laters.